2023 to 2024 has been a season like no other. So many memories, so much drama, and many miles covered in between. Tonight, let's round it all off in style. Yes, good evening everyone, and for the final time in the 2023 to 24 season, welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Monday the 3rd of June 2024, and after 129 matches, 444 goals, 76 different grounds and across 8 different countries, this is it, the final game of my season, and for it we are heading back to St James's Park. It is England versus Bosnia and Herzegovina in a warm-up match for UEFA Euro 2024. It has quite simply been the best season of all time. So many memories. Let's go up there and round it all off in style tonight. Let's get into this and let's head on up to Newcastle. So here I'm in Newcastle. It is a pretty nice night for it, which hasn't always been the case this season, as you'll know, but going into this summer's European Championships, England have been placed in Group C alongside Denmark, Serbia and Slovenia, so that is a group that you would expect them to get out of. Of course, there's no guarantees. Denmark are never an easy game for anyone. You can guarantee Serbia and Slovenia will be right up for it, and the sorts of sides that can be pretty awkward to come up against, but nevertheless I do think there's enough talent and professionalism in that England squad to potentially have a decent run, whether they can repeat 2021 and get to the final again and obviously go one step better than that does remain to be seen. But obviously there is this thing about from other countries that like England fans are quite arrogant or whatever, but at risk of sounding arrogant, I do think England are probably among the favourites just now, given where the current squad is. I think like in 2018, the last Euros and the last World Cup, there was a lot of players that were maybe still a bit young and hadn't quite matured yet. I think a lot of those players now are starting to come into their prime, so this could be the time to strike while the iron's hot, who knows. But in opposition tonight is Bosnia and Herzegovina, who aren't going to be at the Euros themselves, but are always the sort of side that can make things awkward for you, and I think given the fact that they're not at the summer tournament, they'll maybe play with quite a bit of freedom tonight. Obviously I imagine a lot of England players will be not wanting to risk injuries or whatever. Of course there is another game to come after this on Friday night against Iceland, which obviously I won't be at because a bit far down to London on a Friday night, plus I'm not going to lie, I'm not a massive fan of England internationals at Wembley. That one against Malta in November was like watching paint dry, just no atmosphere whatsoever. But I do like the ones that are moved around the country. A few years ago saw England play Australia at the Stadium of Light, and that was a decent enough night. That was in a build-up to Euro 2016. The less said about that particular tournament the better, but yeah, it should be a good night this night. There's a lot of England fans on the train, everyone seems in good spirits and well up for it, so yeah, let's just hope that it can be a decent game and on a personal level can be the send-off that 2023 to 24 perhaps deserves. Let's head on down to St James's Park and find out how it all unfolds. So the team's warming up for England, getting ready in a half towards the Gallagher end. I think in the purple away strip this evening, funnily enough. Bosnia getting ready in this half. I'm not entirely sure what colour's going to be in there, possibly a dark blue and a bit yellow to go with the national flag, or possibly even all white, who knows. But we'll find out for sure when the players are back out on the pitch and ready to start the match.
Herzegovina. Ako ste u mogućnosti ponovno ostvarite priliku izvođenja nacionalnih igri, počinjući sa Bosnom i Hercegovinom.
Not gonna lie, the most interesting thing about this first half has been the Bosnia fans. Fair play to them. Like, long way to come just for a nothing game really, but certainly enjoying it.
1 minute of additional time. That's 1 minute. Time here at St. George's Park. England 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Half-time, England 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Well, the last game of the last 2 seasons on this channel have both been belters. This one maybe not quite living up to the same hype, really, is it? It's been very drab so far, and honestly the most entertaining thing about that first half was the Bosnia fans in that corner. They're enjoying themselves. The rest of the crowd are probably less so. I think it's not really a lot to get excited about so far. A couple of shots on target, but pretty much all of them straight at the goalkeeper. Bosnia have caused 1 or 2 hairy moments themselves, but I think it's important to remember this isn't going to be like these main team that plays at the Euros, but all the same you'd think that they'd want to give maybe Southgate a bit of food for thought and what have you, but just haven't really got going yet, I'm not going to lie. But I reckon the second half you might see the likes of Grealish and Kane brought into the game, and it might give it a bit more mouse going forward. But the very typical pre-tournament warm-up game, I've got to say. VAR check for a potential penalty. This one over to check. that's the last goal I see this season, and great way to sign off.
Minutes of added time at the end of this game and the end of the season.
4 minutes additional time. That's 4 minutes.
So ends the greatest season of all time.
Final score here at St. James's Park. England 3, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Full time, England 3, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Turned it on a bit more second half, just let the shackles off a little bit, and I think that kind of showed really in terms of the overall display. As expected, a few more of the big guns came on for maybe the last half hour or so. Credit to Bosnia, they gave it a go, they hung in there, but in the end they were pretty penned back into their own half. But as far as England go, it was just a case of get the game won and get out of town really, and obviously one more game to go before they head off to Gelsenkirchen for that first game of the Euros. But yeah, as far as I go, that is my season done. I've got quite a few words. I've got quite a few words that I have got to say. But before I do, here are the highlights of the 2023-24 season. Welcome to a new video and a new season on the channel.
On my timeline. Saw your picture on my timeline. You were backlit by the sunshine. Couldn't text across the skyline. Undecided as I scroll by. Timeline. Over, went for hours by my timeline. Saw your picture on my timeline. You were backlit by the sunshine. Couldn't text across the skyline. Undecided as I scrolled by. Timeline. Over, went for hours by my timeline. Saw your picture on my timeline.
So that's it. The 23-24 season is at an end. It started on Saturday the 1st of July with Pollock versus Bosnia Rose. It ends on Monday the 3rd of June with England versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I can honestly say it has been the best season ever. I honestly thought after the 21-22 season, where obviously Gateshead won the league and everything else that happened that year, that I'd never be able to top that. But this year we just absolutely smashed it out of the park. And at the start of the season I said that this year was a blank canvas. I think after last season, where I maybe wasn't enjoying my football as much, or certainly not consistently, I wanted to get to enjoy it again on a more consistent basis. And I think I've controlled the controllables pretty well. I mean, obviously I can't dictate whether a game is good or bad, but I can obviously do things to make the most of my day, of my experience, and I think in the end I just decided just to go for it. You know what I mean? Like obviously that trip to Germany early in the season in September, where I went to Sarstedt in the afternoon, Germany versus Japan in Wolfsburg on the night on that blazing hot day. I actually decided to book that at like 11 o'clock at night at the back end of July. I think it was sort of in between that Gateshead versus Harrogate game and Gisborough reserves versus Mask reserves at the Lawrence Jackson Academy. It was the night sort of in between those two games that I decided to book it. You know, that I'd always had it planned that in October I was going to go somewhere on the continent for a European game, and initially it was just going to be either Europa League game or Europa Conference League game, but in the end I just decided is there a possibility to see a Champions League game, and lo and behold I managed to work out a way of doing both Atletico Madrid versus Feyenoord and Sporting versus Atalanta. I mean, the game in Madrid especially, that will always hold a very special place in my heart, because it was just a truly special night of football. The atmosphere, the game itself, all of it was just it was just an absolute dream come true, really. And obviously at the end of that game I was impressed with Feyenoord that night, impressed with their fans, impressed with their team, and that gave me the idea to go to the Coupe. I weren't sure if I was going to do it this season, but I did. Got there just a couple of weeks ago against Excelsior. Absolutely loved my day there. But obviously most significantly of all was the fact that Saturday the 11th of May, the Gateshead FC going to Wembley Stadium and winning the FA Trophy. It's just, yeah, again, an absolute dream come true, something that I'll never forget, and I'm not sure can ever be topped. And just all the sort of memories with Gateshead along the way this season, all the brilliant away days, like meeting up with people for a pint before the game, and all the laughs that I had with my friends and that. It was just an absolute blast. I mean, I know there's going to be a lot of talk about the politics at the end of the league season and all that, but it is what it is. It doesn't take away from the fact that I had some absolutely exceptional memories, and that's not just at Gateshead. That is the European trips, the cup shots, like Whitby versus Chelmsford, Gisborough versus Scarborough, like all the sort of cold, wet Tuesday nights or whatever. All of it has made the season what it is. But the biggest thank you I can give to anyone at all for all of this is quite simply to you guys. That whether you watch all my videos or just some of them, it really means a lot to me. It never goes unnoticed. Like, I know there'll be some of you out there that will have watched that Pollock video, will have watched that absolutely tipping it down night at the Downhill Hub with that Newton Aycliffe versus Horden game. Obviously be watching this tonight. We'll watch all my videos week in, week out from start to finish, and you know, it might not have massive numbers, but it does mean a lot, and it does still feel pretty surreal. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the content I've done this season, and I know where I'm at now. I know how to keep my football enjoyable on a more consistent basis. I can't guarantee that future seasons will be as good as this one, but I know what to do to make it more consistently enjoyable, and I can say that much. And as far as the videos go, I know what to do to keep improving, and obviously this would be the point where I'd say bring on next season, but of course between now and the start of pre-season there is the small matter of the 2 games at the Euros to come on the channel. 2 weeks today it is Belgium versus Slovakia, then Saturday the 29th it is the last 16 game in Dortmund. Who will I be seeing? Who knows? But I really can't wait. It's something I wanted to do all my life, so yeah, it's another big tick, another big thing to tick off, really, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just like absolutely lost for words with like how well this season's actually gone and how much you guys have supported me in my journey. Like I haven't always got it right. I've made mistakes this season, I made mistakes last season, I made mistakes the season before, but the some of you have always stood by me and I'll always appreciate that, and I'm certainly in no mood to give this up yet. I still feel as though I've got quite a lot of years left in me doing this, so let's just see what the future brings there. But once again, thank you so much for this season. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you at the Euros, and that is that for this video, and that is that for the season. I'm going to have a 2-week break now from making content. I think there is a time, and I think now is that time just to have a bit of a breather, but 2 weeks from now I'll be fresh ready, and hopefully that Belgium versus Slovakia video will be something to be proud of. But until then, take care, cheers for watching, I'll see you at the Euros.